I've been working, you complaining, feel the pressure crashing over me. I understand you're losing patience, cause it feels like an eternity. Just think of the foreign cars and those golden stars on the sidewalk. We'll throw all the bills away, cause that shit's all paid. It's exciting. So won't you tell me, what are you thinking? Let me pick apart your mind. If you feel the way I feel, tell me, won't you tell me now? Won't you tell me now? Won't you tell me now? You've been telling all your friends that I don't treat you like you think I should. But you know that, girl, I warned you that this life with me is not secure. Just think of the foreign cars and those golden stars on the sidewalk. We'll throw all the bills away, cause that shit's all paid. It's exciting. So won't you tell me, what are you thinking? Let me pick apart your mind. If you feel the way I feel, tell me, won't you tell me now? Won't you tell me now? Won't you tell me now? You say you're tired, and I say, darling, it's alright. The sun will come out before we're old, we'll get it right. And we were falling like stars, and there was hope within your eyes. But we were younger then, we'd never be apart. We're just people, we're just people. Sometimes it's hard, sometimes we get it wrong. We're just people, we're just people. Sometimes it's hard, sometimes we get it can't touch the ground, and your head is underwater. I would dive in for you before you drown. And you're asking me why. Oh, life's a roller coaster. I cannot answer that, but I'll help you realize we're just people, we're just people. Sometimes hard, sometimes we get it wrong. We're just people, we're just people. Sometimes it's hard, sometimes we get it wrong.
legend. I have nothing to lose. Nothing can stop me. I'm all the way up. Wake up. I know it's real. Escape reality. Hardwired. Switch.
Tags, he is the hero. Yevny, oh dear, showing the back to Envision. Oh no, he received a shot, now he's a one shot. Oh dear, Yevny, can he? It's the $1 million question now, can he survive? He race. Oh my god, oh no, he found a whoopsie, he found oh no.
Good evening everyone on the Asia server, and we are back after a week of break. It's Money Blaster finals, it's Money Blaster final, and we're following Group D tonight, arguably the most exciting group, I think. Although some people might say it's Group A, but I think Group D is the one to watch actually. But anyway, let's actually go through what's going to happen tonight. So tonight there are Group D teams consists of EA, Fig, ID, and Boone, and only one team here could qualify to the final stage. And yeah, that's pretty much it. And on paper, it looks ID would be the strong favorites here, but ID has had a rocky start to this tournament. And you have EA, which has been there for quite some time, could provide an upset here, and then you also have Boone, which also consists of really experienced players. So we'll see more of that later as we go through the teams, the current state of art of the Asia server, as we look at each team tonight. And then you have Fake, which will be the newcomers here, a really newcomer. So there are players that have been in different good clans before, but I think this is kind of you will see some new names here, and this team is really exciting. They have beaten GB in the Money Blaster Open, and that remains the only team to do so. So Fig is not to be underestimated by any means, I have to say. This is the format for the Money Blaster final group stage. It will be four groups of 4 teams, and each group will only be fighting for one spot in the final stage. So that amounts to 4 spots in the final stage. So it will be double elimination for both stages, and the final stage will use a double elimination to determine the placing. So exciting stuff ahead of tomorrow of the final stage, I have to say. Everything will be held this week. So from Monday to Friday, I'll be doing streams every single day on both APAC and also EU server. NA server will be different. There will be quite a lot of different people streaming, so I'm happy that there are more people taking up the streaming responsibility, because this is a region which I'm not very comfortable with the timing. So this is the maps for tonight's game. So we have Rockfield, Oasis Palms, Yukon and Newbay to start with, and then in the lower bracket first round we finish with Naval Frontier, Middleburg, Canal and also Hellas. All of these maps here, with the exception of with the exception of New Bay, they are quite, and also maybe Yukon, they are quite mobility oriented, especially Oasis Palms, Rockfield, and also Canal. So I think that this kind of the map selection will favor teams that is comfortable with rotations, is comfortable with using more mobility in their setup, and for teams that use that relies on a lot of armor, tonight might not be the best night for them. So ID is quite versatile, but I do see them kind of struggle with this set of maps tonight. But we will see. Can Boone capitalize on this one? We'll find out soon. Boone server has not been very impressive. I think they were pretty much a level below GV where we streamed them. So hopefully the last week they have trained intensively to kind of reach to the level that they to the potential level. We will find out tonight, but I hope Boone is going to bring us some exceptional games. But it remains to be seen, actually. Timeline. This is the timeline. We are currently at the final stage, the final tournament. Yeah, the Money Blaster final, literally. So it will be held on the 21st to 25th of February with a prize pool of $10,000 US. If I remember correctly, that will be distributed amongst the top three teams, if I were not mistaken. Hopefully someone can double check and confirm this. But I really like how streamlined this tournament is. It's unlike the previous ones where they have to spend like 2 months to play out the entire tournament, and they have to kind of play a lot of games, you know, in order to reach a conclusion. They have to kind of use I mean, they have to commit to almost every single day for like 2 weeks. That's not a good thing. So really like how streamlined this one is, and quite impressed that such a kind of streamlined tournament can produce a relatively convincing top 16 teams, especially on the APAC and NA server. EU server not so quite. There are a couple of interesting seedings in the second stage, which led to the elimination of Chrome, Raid, and also Win. Well, not Raid, because Raid that was an upside, so that didn't really count. But for example, Win and also Chrome, I believe they deserve a better seeding based on their performance. But anyhow, this is the schedule. We'll begin with the upper bracket first round, and then the lower brackets first round, with the times, the exact times mentioned here. This stream will have a 5-minute delay to prevent teams from stream sniping. But that means the teams will not be able to know what the other team is going to which lineup they're going to use, and which positions they're going to take during the battle. So let's actually go through each roster. So this is EA's team. We have Bialdi, Just Do It, Raftalia, Mega, Dorabird, Nismo, Gujan, SB Mao, Drunkard, and also LSSN. Bialdi being the captain of the team, and this is pretty much the players that you expect. Pretty much the same team as the previous season, so that is going to be an advantage for them. Fake they have a long use. I believe he was in King before. Rio, Weiboat, believe he was in PGMT. Fuyu, Morphic Tour, I am Gerald, previously from Wild. Sam, Eugene, Dajao, and Montreal. So kind of a mixture of different up and rising clans. So this is kind of the concoction we are seeing, and so far they have been really impressive, I would say. And then looking at ID, the reigning champions of the previous seasons, going with Campen as a captain of the team, Fresh Lemonade, Plorielica, Zertube, Lanny's Spartan Sword, I call you bye for now. Frozen, Onyu, and LDS, pretty much a similar team as autumn season, and really love to see Plorielica back in the in Team ID. Plorielica has been a symbolic member in the professional team, and I believe I'm not sure if it's a publicized information or so. I'm not going to disclose too much on what happened to him, but anyway, very seasoned player. I believe Team ID would do really well tonight, but so far the rocky start. Hopefully that will not kind of shake their campaign. No, I won't be streaming round 2 in the open. I believe someone's going to do that. I'm not sure who, but anyhow, we have Boone going with Fuyu as the captain of the team Perfectionist, 666 Stella, I am above, Yak, I'll call you, Boone, Cinnamon Toast, Hermes, and CR7 forever. This team consists of I think players from NQE7 and so on, so this is not a team to be underestimated. But they have so far disappointed in day 2, and hopefully they can do well tonight. I don't know, they can do really well, I have to say, but so far they haven't shown that to be the case. But this is the nation, and we have a March battle pass to give away today. So 10 battle passes will be given out tonight. So you may start guessing now. Guess the total damage done by Team ID in the 3rd match. So it will be a 3rd, not 2nd, it will be a 3rd match. So that means there is a longer period of guessing, so hopefully all the best here. And let's also look at, while we're on it, let's kind of look at the teams that were in the autumn season. So this is GRS team, previously known as Ho. I believe their clan got renamed because of I mean, Ho kind of means something else, which does not it's not a really good word if you search it up. But that is not the intention of them to use that. I think it's named after something in German, and anyway, pretty much a lot of them went to H-Star, and some of them remained in GRS, and GRS also recruited some people from HLV, as you can see here. Some of them remained in HLV, a couple of them went to GRS, including the captain, so GRS is one to watch out for. And then, but then kind of like GRS and GV, oh not really, they didn't really combine. Just kind of people just went to different clans. GV, most of them remained in GV, but I believe a lot of them are not in the team. So if I remember correctly, but ID, pretty much most of them, I mean all of them are still in ID. So this is pretty much the same team as before. E7, however, broke up. A lot of them went to GSM now. Some of them went to R0RY. So R0RY's also really strong this tournament. So and then we have RM, which sadly dissolved. Some of them went to DT. Some of them went to R0RY. Some of them went to GRS. Some of them went to HStar. Pretty much kind of dissolved and absorbed by different teams. So we really lost a really strong team in from the autumn season. And then we have Feast. Most of them went to Risk now. So Risk is pretty much the Feast team. But then you don't have Z Park, Bifrost, and also Smart Potato. So yeah, Risk is a contender surely, and then we have EA. Most of them remained in EA. So once again, EA is also another consistent team. We will go back to that after this this round. It will be a best of 7, however. So whichever team wins the first 4 matches will win the fixture, and then we will go to Rockfield ID versus Spoon. With the release of T100 LT, I think it completely replaces Vickers Light, to be honest with you. I really don't see how Vickers Light is better than T100 LT, except maybe the gun. I think the gun might be better on the Vickers Light. But the T100 LT has slightly better armor. I bounced T100 LT a couple of times actually, and then it has a really low profile, really good to hide, but it also makes it a bit difficult to hold down in certain places. So that's kind of the trade-off. But the low profile really helps, to be honest with you. That spotting mechanic is something not it's unique, and I believe it could bring either team a huge advantage in the information war. So this is what a lot of teams would do while they are holding their while they are figuring out how to rotate for the team that doesn't have a cap lead. That T100 LT is going to bring a lot of information in where the tanks are located. And then you have a lot of 60 TPs, which got popular because of the really amazing armor and the alpha. The amount, it doesn't really matter for the team for the tanks that are holding. If you have a really high alpha gun, then the DPM doesn't matter unless you got rushed. That pretty much will be the weakness of the 60 TPs here. 60 TPs also has the capability of ammo racking tanks. Which I think it's more than other tanks. So this is why we're seeing a lot more ammo racks lately. This is why a lot of teams are not really happy about that, because that is kind of luck. Still kind of luck oriented, despite having slightly higher chances of getting ammo racks or landing ammo racks. So I really want to see fewer ammo racks, to be honest with you. That kind of, takes away the surprise factor if you have too many ammo racks. But let's see if we were going to see some ammo racks tonight. ID versus Spoon on Rockfield. ID, we have triple 60 TPs, 1 IS4, 1 IS7, an M60 or a T100 LT going with Spoon, triple 60 TPs, double IS7, an M60 and a T100 LT. Well, it seems that both teams are going to commit their forces onto A. So, well, we're going to Campion's actually going straight into A to cap it out. This is kind of risky, to be honest with you, but if they can get a cap lead, that could bring them the advantage. But the problem is it's going to be stopped by CXCX, so that's kind of a problem now. Campion cannot get A, and they kind of lost the information war as well, because now Boone has a free T100 LT, but at the same time, ID just going straight into CXCX. Oh dear. Boone, they need to make a move immediately, but they seemed a bit petrified about that. Immediately CXCX went down, and ID has the cap lead on A and also a tank advantage. Boone now under more than, actually not that terrible. Well, maybe not, because they only managed to chip away hit points of Zertum and Lani, but they are now once again back under more than 2,000 hit points of deficit. So this is looking really grim for Boom right now. Boom really dropping more and more hit points, so this is not looking good at all. If they keep on dropping hit points, I would win this one easily. And then, yeah. Boone tries to capture C, but that pretty much gives even more information for ID now to work on. They're going to send Fresh Lemonade to C. Well, they can cap C with impunity, and they will cap B with impunity. Well, they don't really need C really. This is pretty much going to be ID picking up the remaining pieces of Boone. Boone really not showing up here tonight. I think losing CXCX has shaken their confidence, and well, Leonie's going to go down at any moment, but really now, ID just needs to kind of focus their forces at 4 tanks over to these 2 tanks here. Really sad to say. Yak is down to 270 hit points. Lanny's going to die very soon. It will be the case, but also at a cost of Stella as well. Yak is going to go down. If we follow I am about, we'll be pretty much helpless. It's a 6 versus 4, by the way, here. Campers trying to find I am about and do a 1 versus 1, and this is pretty much a convincing victory by ID and Boone. Really crumbling after losing CX. They can't do that again in the next one. They have to not drop too many hit points in the next one, despite losing CX, and I'm really shocked that they haven't provided support for him as well. So this is really not a good match by Boone by any means, and ID pretty much coasted through this one. I really hope Boone can do better. I'm sure they can do better, but this is really not a good one. Not a good start for them. And this kind of new UI, I'm not the most happy about the changes. As you can see, it's a lot less legible for the damage numbers and the number of kills here. Yeah, especially when the tank died, you really can't see a number. So I hope Wargaming can change it. Maybe use a different color than white, because white really hides. So I think red could do better, or maybe do some outline, do some the outline here, because it's not really legible at the moment. 6 tanks doing more than 2k for ID, and Boone only 2 tanks doing more than 2k. Really not a good start at all by Boone. Hopefully they can do better. Obviously I will show scores, the results of other groups. Yes, I believe I have said start guessing now. So just start. So, probably just under 10 seconds, second match, Rockfield ID versus Boone, and this means you may not be able to guess now, because you cannot guess now. So let me find Python ID 1-0. It is, and yeah. There we go. ID versus Boone. Very interesting to see triple Ice Force this time. Ice Force is not a common CW tank nowadays, because it got really power crapped by IS-7 and the 60 TP. And can Boone do this? This is the question, but both teams have really similar hit points. Hope they fare better this time. With I am about going to get the spots in for Boone. Yeah, that's going to be the case. This is kind of the old way to get spots in. Only able to spot Lanny, while Campon this time once again going straight into the A-cap. But as Cinnamon Toast got spotted. Oh no. Gets triple tapped, I believe. Campon will get 8 with impunity, but once again, ID. Well, I mean, they will get a Campbell will get off here with impunity as well. This will free up Campbell this time. Boone has started slightly better. Trimming away hit points of both Lanny and Frozen, but let's see. I am above in that 200 LT going cautiously into C. The fresh lemonade is there. Will he turn to get I am above out of the way? Can I am above get C? And I is hesitating because they think there are some tanks here, and I am above will get C. And he will be lucky not to get shot already, to be honest with you. ID just playing really cautiously here. I mean, they don't have to make a move, to be honest with you. They have cap, but that actually will make it a bit more difficult for them to handle when there is a push coming from Boone. And I would have actually I would have asked Fresh Lemonade and Campen to reset C, to be honest with you. They have 2 tanks. And yeah, they can really bear the risk here, to be honest with you. Frozen taking more hits. I think ID has kind of dropped their guard a little bit. Boone, they have to continue to triple hit points, but this is not going to be an easy one for them. Boone has to find a way to rotate. Fresh Lemonade tries to go for C, but I think for you there will be there to reset C. Ah, that was a bounce. I think it was a miss. I don't know. That's not a good one here. My enemies. I'm above. Boone is hesitating. Can Fuyu land a shot? Oh, Blorielica took a big hit somewhere else. Are we seeing a push coming on? Yeah, I think Boone might be lining up for a push. Stella, I think, is going to farm this area for days, but LDS will be there to stop them from happening. Great kill onto Blorielica. CXCX is now very low. And Zertu might land a killing shot on CXCX, but Boone is trying to shoot, but the CXCX getting hit by a lot of angles here. Hippos are now neck and neck. Boone, can they do it? Oh, big shot to Landy, but Stella is now being killed. It's all about focus fire here. 2 vs 2. Boone, they need to do that, because certainly Boone is really not it's really struggling to hold on A. And Perfection, oh no, it's a bounce onto Lanny. That is really not ideal. That could have been important. That kill on Lanny would be very good indeed, but Cinnamon Toast is going to reload a LDS, and Zertum looking for that tank. Great first shot, second shot onto Zertum. Yes, the shot onto Zertum. Oh, not quite there just yet. And it's going to be 5 vs 4. The bounces from Boone really cost him a little bit. And it seems a 2 vs 2. ID might be winning that, and ID has 2 caps as well. Unless Boone is able to kill 1 tank, ID could win this one, and especially Yakas is now 1 shot. I don't know. I think ID. Oh! I am about to killed, and Yakas killed. And this game goes to ID once again. I mean, Boone, in terms of strategies, they got it. They got the strategy right. Really, the individual skills is what separated these 2 teams here. The 2 vs 2 on the C side, it really didn't go well for Boone, and the other side also didn't go really well. A couple of bounces really costed the game for Boone, I have to say, but they really got the idea there. If it were for a much more skilled team, I would say, I think ID would have lost this one. But ID showing once again why they are the best team on the APAC server. 3 tanks, 3 more than 2k, and Boone 4 tanks, 3 more than 2k. But that was kind of a shaky one for ID. But Boone, I think really they need to sort out some of their bounces there. Some of them are really crucial bounces, if I were to be honest with you. And ID would be really fortunate that happened. But we might be seeing some personnel change, some changes in the personnel. Boone, hopefully they can pick that up. They were very close this time. Hopefully they can do this. It's going to be 2-0 now. Ah, 39 watching. The game news, are they announcing the streams? Yes, they are announcing the streams today. So alright, so we are now on to Oasis Palms. Match point to ID now. Boone, I think they're looking likely to get knocked. I mean, that kind of performance, I really hope that will not happen in the lower bracket first round, because that doesn't really look promising to me. Well, anyway, looking at ID versus Boone. ID, R0RY, I think this is the first time we are seeing him playing tonight. So Boone going into the desert, Campen going for the spots here, and yeah, 3 tank spots already. Campen really getting the spots, getting the light bulbs lit up, and seems Boone going to commit most of the forces to C this time. ID can Campen run away quickly? I think so. He sends danger. And it's the right move here. Fuyu tries to capture C. Campen, can he reset C? Fuyu, can he do it? Can he do it? Lanny puts a shot into Fuyu. Oh, gets double tapped here. And so far, 6CX is going to be having a lot of responsibility, I have to say. Pretty much alone here with 4 tanks of ID. Does that mean Abun's going to make a push? I think they are going to make a push. No. But they can't be too late here. They have to make a push now, and I hope they are going to do so. Big shot is frozen, and they are going to make a push. Good timing right here. But at the same time, ID is going to get 6CX out of the way. Who is going to get the first tank out of the way? At the same time, Boo, they have 2 tanks so far at the back. Yeah, either they have to go and help 6CX, or they're going to help the desert side. I would have gone on to help 6CX, to be honest with you, not the C side. 6CX is actually the first tank down. Frozen still holding their long. Great kill onto Frozen now. They're looking for Lanny here, 2 versus 1 potentially, but I has already been able to rotate their forces after killing off 6CX. And ID, Boone looked quite disjointed now. ID, they're looking for Voon. And hit points are now in favor of ID. Fuyu is now going to be quite low here. They want Lanny out of the way, but Lanny, oh, misses that shell to Fuyu, I think. And Fuyu will be healed. And Zertum is now going to focus for Boone. Great shots there. This is actually closer than I thought, but ID is now turning their attention to Yark. Yark needs to hold on as long as they could. With Zertum now dead, it's going to be 5 versus 5. This is going to be really close, but ID has found a tank that is isolated, but also Lanny is it's a one-shot, so anything could happen still. But at the same time, there is a big advantage going on there for ID because they have 2 caps, so I think Boo is going to get that cap out of the way. Lanny's kill, that is an important kill. Cabin is also quite low, but the hit points are still in favor of ID. So 1 versus 1, potentially 1 versus 2 here for Onyu. Can Stellar survive? Big shot into Onyu there, but Stella's not going to last for long. Stella's actually a one-shot potentially for Onyu. It will be killed by Onyu. Meanwhile, both A and B are captured by Boone. But it's going to be too late for Boone though, because Boone already has more than 800 cap points. But they have Onyu and Campen really low. Boone is going to be there. That brings it to 2 versus 4 now. Surely ID has this in the bag, I have to say. I don't know. Perfectionist is going to hold on to B. I think Boone, I think this time, I think in terms of the situation they're in, they have some really good situations to capitalize on, but I would say I think they should not have they have 4 tanks on C. I think that will be enough for them to clear all of the tanks. I think those 2 tanks from behind should have come in potentially to help 6CX a little bit. I think that could have changed matters as well. But Profession is now dead. ID 3-0 onto Boone. Boone looking very lackluster today so far. I really hope they will change up a little bit. Oh, it's not match point, sorry. It's a best of 7. Remember, this is going to need to be a match point finally to ID. Apologize for that. It's 3-0 for ID so far. And it's not over yet for Boone. But so far, so good for ID. Boone still looking to make a comeback. I don't know, but ID looking a lot more experienced and know what they're doing. Boone just, yeah, Boone, hopefully they can do better now. It's really looking not looking really good for Boone. ID, they're going to take a concept 1B here, and Boone Are they going to change something up this time? Right, okay, so there we go. ID going with Campen in the T100 LT. Double Concept 1B by Landy and potentially Plurielica by 60TP LDS. Oh, Plurielica changes into a M6Yo LDS E100 Audio 60TP and R0RY changing into the M6Yo. Meanwhile, Boon going for Fuyu in the IS7 triple 60TPs by Professionals, Stella and Yak CX, and the mouse I am above in the T100 LC and Boon and the M6Yo. And yeah, stats is going to be lineups for both teams versus Palms. Let's see how both teams go do this time. There we go. It will be match point 2 ID for real EA versus Fake. We will find out the results of that later, but after this match we're going to follow the lower bracket first round. Yes, let's head up high here. Campen in the T100 LT. We'll be getting some spots here. Can he do it like last time? 3 tank spots. Oh, maybe 1 first one. Oh, great first shot from Campen. I am above isn't able to land that shot. So great start for ID, but that's just only 1 shot. That doesn't conclude anything. Meanwhile, Boon sending most of the tanks to A this time. And C will be captured by ID now. Boon actually tries to go a bit more aggressive there, and CXCX at the same time will be going for B. In the mouse, it's going to distract ID for. Oh no, they're just going straight. They're going for a straight push. ID, are they ready for this? I think they are, because they have most of the tanks there. T100 LT can rotate very quickly. All for Boon to do is the focus fire. They really need to get a focus fire right here. Really decisive move on Boon. Can they work it out? So far the hit points are in favor of Boon, so far so good for Boon. But all about focus fire right now. Bai is going to struggle. And ID, I am above is also going to be under a lot of trouble as well. This is actually the tank that ID want to focus on. Could be a good thing for ID because they will get their light tank out. Oh, but for some reason Stella's being taken out. I am above being taken out as well. So actually it becomes 6 versus 5. Fuyu is now very low as well. And it's going to be a shot into R0RY, and it will be now 5 versus 5 officially. Fuyu is now down to 1 shot. Hit point still neck and neck. But they need a focus fire. Boon still need that focus fire. ID so far doing a bit better in the focus fire department. Been going for separate targets. They're really struggling with the communication a little bit. But now they're going for on you, and it will be the tank killed next. It's now going to be 4 versus 5 hit points now in huge favor of ID. Voon is not going to last for long. Fuyu is actually it's very unhealthy. Voon is now dead. Focuses on LDS now. CXCX is a 1-shot. Plurielica looking to kill 6CX, and he did it. And Fuyu can't really do anything here. He's trying to evade from all tanks here. Oh, it's a bounce for Fuyu. Perfectionist turning his tank over to... No, I think some miscommunication going on a bit here. Plurielica kills Perfectionist, so 3 tanks in the battle for him already. At least 3, if not more than that. ID got all 3 caps as well. Yuck. It's going to be the last person standing, I will say. And, yep. ID got this one again. 4-0, Boon, focus fire. It's not as strong as ID. ID did better in this department. I think the push actually is a good idea. That caught ID off guard, but ID also at the same time, their tanks is also equipped to do the, to receive the push. So in the end, ID just didn't really have much trouble. It was really close at one point. but ID's focus fire really came out on top, and that separated these two teams. Five tanks doing more than 2k for ID, but only with 2 tanks. What to say? ID very impressive so far. I think this kind of performance should be good enough for to put them into should be good enough to put them into the to the final surely. Well, let's see Group 1, 4-0 for GV. So that was another convincing victory for GV. I mean, we're seeing 2 favorites here winning tonight very convincingly. Looking at HSR versus R0RY, they're still playing. It could be really close. At the same time, Group 2 we see GSM versus R0RY. R0RY second team. Okay, so GSM, they're still playing against R0RY. GRS against Navin. And we're waiting for this to load. 4-0 to GRS without a question. I think Navin, it was claimed that they didn't show up at all in stage 2 and they somehow got in. Yeah, and it was going to be a 4-0 for GRS, so well done to GRS. Group 3 we have DT versus Brown. They're still playing TBB versus Risk, and it will end Risk 4-0 to TBB. Finally, we have Brown still playing against DT, so I think there's still really exciting matches going on there. Something isn't right at the moment. Okay, so I'm going to actually find the third match is ID has done. Yeah, we don't have the total damage anymore, so Mutsu said 16,255, so he has to take the calculator out and do the calculation. Just have to confirm if you're right on this. Yeah, you're right. Okay, so yep, ID is true. Yep. Alright, so now you've seen the groups. Okay, so why not for the break time? Let's go through all the teams so far. We haven't really done that officially, so sadly we lost RN in autumn season. Really strong team. In the autumn season, very sad to lose him, to lose them. Okay, so going back here, not this one. Yeah, we got the professionals tournament covered. How about challenges? Challenges with Laos. Some of them went to GV. Most of them went to GV, and I think they're now in the GV team. I think some of them are playing tonight. Some of them went to Brown, and only one of them remained in Laos. So also really sad to see that dissolve. So we kind of lost two really strong teams. NQE7 also dissolved. A lot of them went to R0RY. Some of them went to Boone. This is also a really strong team. So R0RY is going to be a really strong team, but some of them went to Boone as well. Looking at IBT, a lot of them went to got promoted to Ivy now. Some of them went to GRS, but still, we lost an Ultimate now team. Salmon's the same Salmon. They didn't get into top 16 this time, but hopefully they can do better next time. Oh, Ivy. Also dissolved. I'm not sure if that's the same Ivy we saw in the Open, but yeah, pretty much a lot of them went. Oh, so we kind of lost 4 teams here now. Yeah, 4 teams. 9V. We also lost 9V. A lot of them have switched allegiances. Der also kind of dissolved. Yeah, so 6 teams. We're seeing 6 teams being 7 teams, so we kind of lost 7 teams, which is really not good. Yeah, we lost a lot of teams, so which means on the other hand we actually gained quite some teams. So that's good to see. As for lower echelon, we did. I mean, this is kind of the pop team. G4. Oh, we also lost them. Some of them went to V7 now, so that's good. We have V7. We can consider them as V7. Cham. Oh, they went to our horse, but I don't recall our horse participating in the Open this tournament, so we could see them back in the next season. Calm also kind of dissolved. Some of them went to DT now. As for T90S, I believe this is also a pop team. Inter, also kind of a pop team here. And BD, it's a BD we saw in the Open, I believe, yes. But they didn't go past the first stage, so we kind of lost 7 really good teams. At the same time, we also gained a few teams as we saw in Lounge. The Lounge. Brown throwing, oh dear. H Star versus, I mean, H Star, we know a lot of them were from Ho. Then we know R0RY is comprised of really good players. Now, I mean, it's down, but really, probably a new team to watch out for. TBB also quite a new team as well. Well, they have been there since, but I think they are trying to use the last year to kind of train themselves. Brown. Really love to see this new team here. They're really strong at the moment. And then we have Fake, also a new team. So we got Fake and Brown. They're Boone, somewhat of a new team as well. Yep. So there's some exciting ones to watch out for. As for Asia's Apex server, it's really good. We are seeing some new teams coming through. So at least it's something that we can be happy about, but it's nowhere as competitive as last year, I would say. But still, I wish that APAC is going to go back to the peak in 2021, because both Feast and E7 has set a really high bar last year in terms of the the level they have displayed. I mean, at their peak, both Feast and E7 could be up against some of the best teams on EU and the CIS server at their peak. Really, it's really at their peak. Not, but so far, ID is doing really well here. They're looking really strong. But they have also made a couple of opportunities for the other team to capitalize on. So it isn't like they are not allowing the other team to do anything at all. They have allowed the other team to do something. And maybe this is something that they may not have put their 100% in them in their win so far. So we have yet to see their really strong performance. But I have to say, I think the level of gameplay on the Apex server this season has kind of went down quite a fair bit. I'm sorry to say, but maybe I haven't seen the best of the best yet. I was informed that Group A is also very competitive. We'll see if R0RY is going to put up a good fight against GB. So actually, we'll see more results coming in now. Oh, so fake fool cats. The cats haven't been here since like 2021. Yeah, 2021 winter. So that's quite a long time, really long time. So yeah, I would just say pretty much a new team here. So Fake and also Brown look really good. I really hope they can. I mean, new teams, new promise. Hopefully, they can be really strong. So, this year. That's what I hope. Okay, so H-Star versus R0RY, they're still playing. GSM against R0RY. GSM also had a shaky start this tournament, and it continues to be the case. GSM not winning R0RY just yet, so this could get really close. DT versus Brown still playing. Fig versus EA, they're still playing. Fig really doing well so far. So we still have a lot of time left to go. Yep, so it will happen, well, more than 30 minutes to go. Let's actually go and analyze a match if I am able to. Right, so let's analyze the first, well, the third match. I think it's worth talking about going through the third match.
Your work can feel much smoother.
I need to get this ad out of the way. It froze.
With Monday.com WorkOS. This smooth. All you need to do to get...
Come on. I can't skip this ad for some reason. We just refresh.
started is choose one of our templates.
I can't. Come on. Yeah, it's lagging profusely. What game is this? And then we have fake. yeah, I'm not sure if I'm able to analyze anything. Oh, actually I can. I think I can. So actually, let's analyze this match, and I think we have time, and we'll go through the first match as well. And I actually minimize. Okay, so let's go for this. I'm just going to, you know, do studio mode analysis. You gotta get the right window. There we go. There we go. This is third match. Let's watch. Let's analyze. ID versus Boone. ID. Oh, Ploriaka. I think this is the first time we are seeing him playing tonight. So actually up the going into the desert. Up the quality a little bit. Let's go for 720. Yay! For some reason, it's 720p 60. I don't know why, but it should be 30 frames per second. 30 frames per second, not frames. Frames per second, just frames per second per second. That doesn't make any sense. Anyway, let's go. Campen going for the spots here, and yeah, 3 tank spots already. Campen really getting the spots, getting the. So I think there is really not much to watch. So I mean, just Campen doing his job in spotting, kind of a bit of an aggressive spot, but got 3 tank spotters. So there you know that there's like 1 tank at least going into AB, and there are 2 tanks going into the desert. 2 tanks going to desert would ring a bell, especially when you spot an I7 going to desert. That kind of hints at that. I think the team might go. I think the Boone might go to C. Light bulbs lit up, and it seems Boone going to commit most of the forces to C this time. ID can Campen run away quickly? I think so. He sends danger, and it's the right move. Fuyu tries to capture C. Campen, can he reset C? Fuyu, can he do it? I also like Campen doesn't really like move away because ID has support over to that side. Fuyu there, a bit of not a risk, but kind of testing the waters, and he knows that someone is going there. Like 3 tanks there already spotted, so 3 compared to 4 tanks there. So potentially there's a numerical advantage for Boone. They need to capitalize on that. There are tanks like in near the spawn to support CX. So far so good for Boone. I think their positioning is fine. But potentially they have to. I think they have angles to work with that. But I think ID could potentially go for that because Boone might not be able to get in position to reset. So there is a chance that he'll get B, and Boone might need to react to that move there. So let's go. Can you do it? Lanny puts a shot into Fuyu. Oh, gets double tapped here. And so far 68 is going to be having a lot of responsibility. That is what ID is doing. On your really good job to go B, and that rock's going to shoot. I don't think they have any shots, to be honest with you. I mean, CX can't really can't really can't do that. They can't. So I mean, also, can they do this? Let's see. Can I draw a line? No, they can't really. That rock's going to block. It remains that this is going to. I mean, the tanks near the spawn could shoot on you, but those buildings here is going to block the view. So yeah, Boon. I don't think it's Boon's problem. It's more to do with the positioning is actually pretty well calculated, but also there is a problem with ID setup where they are spraying themselves quite a lot here. Especially when Boon has numerical advantage over C. If they lose tanks over to the desert quickly, they need to make a move on the other side. And can they do that? That is going to be a challenge for IE. It's ambitious, but potentially this kind of the setup they are having right now could bring them a lot of advantage with the cap. So it remains to be seen what Boon is going to do. But I suppose Boon might want to go for a push already onto the desert side. So I think this will descend into entropy very quickly. Let's continue to watch. Ability, I have to say, pretty much alone here with four tanks of ID. Does that mean that Boon's going to make a push? I think they are going to make a push. No. But they can't be too late here. They have to make a push now, and I hope they are going to do so. And I'm really not impressed. I mean, ID, this kind of setup, this is really not a good one. They are isolated tanks a lot of times. Like, if I were ID, I would not have put Frozen here. This is not something I would do. Definitely should be somewhere around here with Lanny potentially getting a good horizontal straight line here. They will get with A and B, so they can afford to lose C, so they really don't need Frozen up here. And that allows Boon to focus Frozen out of the match really easily. At the same time, ID could go both A and B, but because they're going to lose Frozen, they must do something over to kind of counteract that. So they can push the tank below, but at the same time they can be farmed by Boon's tanks near the spawn. So that means actually Boon has the advantage, really has the advantage here. So really not looking good for ID. I think that's some kind of positional mistakes we are seeing here. Boon just have to kill the tanks really quickly now, and they have to kind of wrap around ID's forces together, and they have to kind of close it now. So big shots is Frozen, and they're going to make a push. Good timing right here, but at the same time, Fuyu doesn't really need to go for Frozen. Frozen is also already really low. They already have 3 tanks potentially going for that. So if I were Fuyu, actually, I would actually go there or support CXCX. To kind of support the CXCX like that. I think that could have helped CXCX to last a little bit longer. And the tanks there, yeah, they haven't really returned fire to ID because ID is pretty much still behind the buildings and camp is still quite low there. So maybe the fuse getting blocked. So, but I would potentially try to help CXCX in this situation. These 3 tanks could go on to continue pushing. And that could have been enough for Boon, to be honest with you. But anyway, let's see. And ID's going to get CXCX out of the way. Who is going to get the first tank out of the way? At the same time, Boon, they have 2 tanks so far at the back. Yeah, either they have to go and help CXCX or they're going to help. Yeah, so now it's good idea. Now 2 tanks going. Now Fuyu not going to kill Frozen. Professionals instead of going to take out Frozen instead. So that means good numerical allocation. So yeah. And with Fuyu and Yang going to get Lanny as soon as possible, yeah, ID could lose 2 tanks really quickly, but at the same time, CXCX is also quite low. I'm not sure why these tanks are going to support these tanks here. Should that not gone there, they are more than capable of doing that themselves. So let's see what's going to happen next. the desert side, I would have gone on to help. Yeah, I mean these two tanks here. Nope. Should have gone there. Support. They can still farm at the back. That's not a problem. Not a problem. This is they don't want to lose the high ground. This is a bit too narrow to do a horizontal straight line. So I could say they can still stay from behind. Maybe they can come in, maybe to get Zertum out of the way. But certainly not going to the desert. They don't need to do that. Yeah. CX, to be honest with you, not the C side. CX is actually the first tank down. Frozen still holding their long. Great kill onto Frozen now. They're looking for Lanny here, 2 versus 1 potentially, but I has. But yeah, that's the problem with losing CX so quickly is that Fuyu and Yak cannot keep on pushing onto Lanny. Lanny was fortunate not to be dead already. Yeah, and that really is the problem of those two tanks. I mean, really not helping CX at all. Would have really distracted these tanks not to look at these Fuyu and Yak. That allowed ID. I mean, their focus fire is absolutely amazing. Great call to go for Fuyu and intercept these tanks trying to go to the desert. So it really looks like the game to lose for ID now at this point. Has already been able to rotate their forces after killing off CX, and ID Boone looked quite disjointed now. ID, they're looking for Boone, and hit points are now in favor of ID. Fuyu is now going to be quite low. Yeah, they want Lanny out of the way, but Lanny misses that shell to Fuyu, I think, and Fuyu will be healed. And Zertum is now going to focus for Boone. Great shots there. This is actually closer than I thought, but ID's now turning their attention to Yak. Yak needs to hold on as long as they could. With Zertum now dead, it's going to be 5 versus 5. This is going to be really close. Yep, and then pretty much ID sent all the tanks onto Boone. Actually, it's not that. It's still really close. There is still opportunity for Boone to do it. If I were Boone, they still have the T100 LT, so that's pretty good. Would send that to capture all the bases. And then the rest to go straight in, especially take Lanny out, camping potentially next, and then yeah, really go straight in to support these tanks. Definitely do not separate. They can do it 4 versus 4, or 4 versus 5 potentially if they can kill off Lanny. That's 4 versus 4 there, or maybe 3 versus 4. I don't know. It really looks that doesn't look really good for Boone. But actually, I'm not sure if Yak is going to survive long, but only if they can get focus fire right. They can potentially get Yak out of the way. Let's see. Close, but I has found a tank that is isolated, but also Lanny is it's a one shot, so anything could happen still. But at the same time, there is a big advantage going on. Yep, I think. Yeah, Professionist is kind of a slow tank. I would not have got put that tank into capturing B. I mean, ID only has 700 Kapus, so it's not like they had to do it in a hurry. Not like 900, they have to like send everything, throw everything to stop that from happening. Only great idea to kind of be the frontliner. He is still full health, so that will buy some time for ID to kill off Yak. And yeah, ID would pretty much still seal this in the back. So really great job there to do that there for ID, because they have 2 caps. So I think Boo's going to get that cap out of the way. Lanny's kill, that is an important kill. Cabin is also really important kill. 1 versus 3 at one point. Killing that tank is good. It's good. That brings it to 4 versus 4. There's still opportunity for Boone to make a comeback here. But looking at being really disjointed now, on you doing a 1 versus 1, full health 1 versus 1, Boone potentially will get focused by the tanks over here. Will show the signs. So really, I mean, the stars are aligned for ID at this point, really now. So looking at this, quite low, but the hit points are still in favor of ID. So 1 versus 1, potentially 1 versus 2 here for On You. Can Stella survive? Big shot into On You there. But ID didn't go for Boon. They went for Stella. Not to say, I won't say this is a good. I won't say this is a move that that's like the move that like surprises me. It's to be expected because Boon it isn't really in the line of fire. So the only tank that could go for is Stella, and they will take out Stella pretty soon. And yeah, Boon tries to make a cap stop, but 2 tanks, especially when ID is not like seconds away from winning. If you do the maths here at the moment, 10 cap points per 2 seconds of increase. Well, they still have like 40 seconds to win. They still have 40 seconds. Around 40 seconds. So absolutely that T100 LT can capture A and then onto B. That can be done well within 40 seconds. They really don't need that. They really don't need that perfectionist, especially when he's still full health. And that's kind of really a waste of a tank, to be honest. Especially when it's really wearing thin over to this side here. So I would not have done that, to be honest with you. But Stella's not going to last for long. Stella's actually a one-shot potentially for On You. It will be killed by On You. Meanwhile, both A and B are captured by Boon. But it's going to be too late for Boon though, because Boon already has more than 800 cap points. But they have On You and camping really low. Boon is going to be there. That brings. Yeah, that's kind of the problem now. Only 2 tanks. Can they do it? I don't think so. They can try to kill camping, but this is looking really grim for ID now. To 2 versus 4 now. Surely ID has this in the bag, I have to say. I don't know. Perfectionist is going to hold on to B. I think Boon, I think this time, I think in terms of the situation there. Yep, so I think what I can sum up from this, from what I'm seeing here, they have a couple of opportunities they can win this. To be honest, ID in terms of the positioning at the start, Frozen being unexpectedly far forward allowed Boon to kind of focus that down quite easily. I mean, 4 tanks pretty much there. 3 tanks pretty much going for him at one point, and then pretty much 2 versus 1, and the 2 versus 1 onto Lanny. And then in the second situation, I mean, T100 I am above is pretty much freed up. Could have got all the caps, but then you can say Campen can do it. But yeah, I'm above is more hit points, so Campen will lose that 1 versus 1 if it happens. So the second opportunity really to support Yark, and they couldn't really do so. So the 2 major mistakes from Boon. The first major mistake is really those 2 tanks from in the spawn coming to the desert side, not supporting CX. I think that really allowed ID to regroup really nicely, and that actually gave them the map control then, because if Boon actually uses those 2 tanks to support CX, that would distract those tanks near B. And they will be able to get both Lanny and also Frozen quite easily. As that's kind of the first major mistake from Boon. Even that mistake was not, well, that kind of decides to match, but not fully. The second major mistake, really perfectionist going for B, especially when you're in a full health 60 TP, especially when 60 TP is not a really quick mobile tank. When you also have IO about really going to get the caps, and they have more than 40 seconds to do so. I really don't think that will be a good call, actually. You have to do the maps in this situation. Maybe they are just a bit too nervous not to do that, but they have a lot of time to get all the caps, so they really don't need that to do. I mean, they have people who are dead, so they can really just call one time going for all 2 caps, and then they should be fine. They don't have to worry losing all the caps before losing on cap points before they're able to get those 2 caps. That's the second major mistake. Wearing the the tanks near C thin, and ID just was able to kind of focus in the end. So these two major mistakes cost Boone the match. Thanks, Pink Puffins, for this. And I think this is the time that I announced the second giveaway to begin. I guess the amount of damage done by whoever's losing, I will have to check. EA versus Fig, who lost that one. We'll find out now. You have time. Like, don't worry too much about this. I mean, now it started, but oh, that was a really close. EA tiebreaker, 4-3 win to Fig. Wow, I certainly wouldn't have expected that. Well done to Fig. Fig really made a good run here. So guess the amount of damage done by Fig in the third match, and you can begin guessing now. Wow, that was impressive. Fig really challenged the status quo with that, and I can't wait to see this. Fig versus Boone, I think this will be really exciting to watch. My money's on Fig though, because Boone so far really disappointed. I think they can do better. Hopefully they can do better this time. Brown versus DT. Okay, Brown lost to DT. It seems DT 4-3 win to Brown with no risk has won TBB 4-0. So that wasn't a good start for Brown though. But I think they are able to oust TBB. There's still shouts for Brown. It's not the end of the world for them yet, or end of the road for them yet. And GSM versus R0RY. GSM once against R0RY, 4-2. Great job to R0RY second team. R0RY really put a dent into GSM's campaign. And finally we have Group 1. H-Star versus R0RY. R0RY has won H-Star 4-2. R0RY versus GB is going to be an exciting one, I would say. Yep. I don't think we have enough. We have time to analyze the second match on Rockfield, so let's not go into that. We have someone saying hello in Chinese, but anyway. Yeah. So now in around 10 minutes we'll be following Fig vs Boone. I think they will be seeing some really great matches tonight. I mean this one. V7 versus H-Star for Group A. Group B, R0RY versus Navin. TBB versus Brown. My money will be on V7 versus H-Star will be a bit close, but I would say H-Star will go through because they were previously known as Ho. And then we have R0RY. I think they should go through. Brown, I believe they should go through. And this one will be a tough one. Fig versus Boone. But I believe Fig can impress us tonight and go through. To make sure it's 4, not 3. Because the bottom third doesn't look right at all. Alright, so made the following amendment. So hopefully the lower third is going to show up correctly this time. Okay, so you think the room should be up in around 3 minutes, so yes, let's play some matches. I have no birthday. It's the T54, but I'm going to lose credits anyway. Oh, well, actually, I have lots of birthdays, but none of them are premium tags. Let's play some Lurver then. Hopefully the lag is not going to kill me. And there we go. Yeah, I think I said it being started a couple of minutes ago, so start guessing now. Fake third match. How much damage will Fake do in total for third? I don't know if I will F this up. My ping is actually quite interesting, not quite good actually. Hovering in around 200, so it's not too bad. Okay, they're trying to push right. Okay. I thought I will be punished already. Is that okay. They know how to go back to take cover. Or maybe not. Okay, they know how to take cover, that's for sure. Not sure if they will be, you know. Oh, hello. Well, I got it. Through paint. Oh, they should be able to get this tank ready, I think. Hello. Oh, what was? Oh no. Oh, that's fine. That was cheeky. That was cheeky. That was some good move there. Oh my god, I'm getting farmed. That is not good news. Oh yeah, I got this one, but yeah, that IS-5 is really a pain. Hopefully I'm able to. Yeah, shield myself this building. So the IS-5 can't shoot me. It's tracked. They should be able to get that one, I think. I won't bother getting. I'm trying to just stay here and aim at that. Hopefully, they will. They're not. They will get it. It's a one shot now. Okay, IS-5 is now okay. I can now move back because we know where IS-5 is now. Oh, good. Kind of angle, but yeah, well, it's so far so good. I think our team is going to do it. It's a good team. I really like this one. Yep, and I don't think we have time to keep watching, because as I'm talking, it's already finished. Right. I don't think I've done the most damage. I think some other tanks have done more damage than I did. But it's the case. Yes, I'm second. Still pretty good. Second most damage. Okay, the room is up. We will look at Fake versus Boone. Fake impressing us with a three match win against EA. It was almost there. They were almost there. So I'm actually really surprised to see what they have to offer this time. But looking at their lineup, Sex Tuple IS7s, and an M60 by Rio. So non-used Fuyu Morphictor Dajao, Yujin, Weibo and Rio. Boon going for Fuyu. I am about, I think, yeah, I'm about quadruple 60 piece by Perfectionist, Stella, Yak, and Voon CX, and the IS7. No keys. We have given out the lockbox keys a few weeks ago, so no. Oh, don't leave just yet. This is going to be really great to watch. It's third, not second. It's a third match, not second, third. I woke up and chose violence against Boon. I'm sure they can do much better. I think with this kind of the players they have on like Fuyu, CX Perfectionists, they can offer a lot better. I'm sure they can do a lot better than what we've seen against ID so far. Like they are experienced players. They have been playing for a long time. I'm sure I can do really well here. So, no, I just work by myself. Yeah. How to use VK72? To be honest, I haven't played VK72 for long. I don't play that tank a lot, but I assume it's kind of similar to all the heavies you're playing at the moment. Just be a bit more mindful of the side scraping because the cheeks, you can get quite challenged easily. Because if you just kind of turn it a little bit, it becomes a lot grayer, and you know it can be really tasty for other teams. So for the enemies, looking at this setup, we are going for Boon versus Fig. We're just going to double check. It's right. Is it right? It's everything. It's looking right for me. Got pinged. I think so. I don't know. I think someone's organizing that Google Sheet. I don't know if it's the case, so you have to ask the other moderator. There we go. I'm above. Oh, Fig is going for a big. Okay, this is not something to be expected. We do see that not work before, especially if you remember E7 in the Blitz in the autumn season. Well, that was a big push coming in. It surely has worked wonders here, but at the cost of a lot of hit points as well. But they got I'm Above out. That is really important because I'm Above is a light tank that cripples Boon's botting capability. In terms of information war, well, doesn't really help though, isn't it? Because Fig doesn't have a light tank. In terms of hit points, it's going to be in favor of Boon. Can they get another tank? Or can they find another isolated tank? That remains to be seen. Morphic Tone's really low. Fuyu is also quite low. The Fuyu Nisaku is actually pretty low. No, Fuyu no Kitsune is not low though. It's still very full health, but Boon is trying to organize themselves, looking for a push somewhere. Can they hold? Long is kind of low. Oh, Yak trying to get Morphic Tone. Oh, the way to bounce. Oh, that's actually a big bounce there. Look at Fig, they actually put their shots in, so oh, Boon really the kind of the bounces. This is a big crucial bounce. Yak is now dead. Now the focus is on Fuyu now. Boon, this kind of push really didn't work at all. Fuyu Nisaku is now dead. And it's now 5 versus 6. Fuyu no Kitsune is now dead. With Morphic Turtles dead, it's 4 versus 5. This is not a well-organized push by Boon here. Certainly, I think there was a mistiming over to this side. Boon, they need to time it better. This is not good enough for them. Stella is going to be quite low. Fix looking for Stella next. Good focus fire, I have to say. It's a bounce from Eugen, however. Perfectionist now down to a one-shot killed by real Mats. So really good job there. Stella, big shot into Dajao. Stella is finally dead. Long use down to a one-shot shot. CXCX going to land a shot in, or is it a bounce? Being pushed up. Unable to kill non-use, I think. Unable to find the grey area, and with Fu now being the last person standing, Fig really dominating performance. That push really threw Boone off guard, but I don't believe that's the move that cost Boone the game here. Really is that uncoordinated push near this area that I'm zooming right now that cost them the game pretty much. So Boone, they haven't really picked themselves up after that defeat against ID, and Fig has done an amazing job. Looking at the damage here, Fig 5 tanks 0.2k, Boone 3 tanks 0.2k. Really, Fig just waited until Boone made that major mistake. It could have gone the other way. Boone just kind of panicked too much because they lost a tank. Definitely didn't that didn't mean they lost the match, or they lost a big advantage. They didn't have the numerical advantage, but they have the hit point pool advantage, and certainly the cap advantage as well. I think they have a cap at their hand, while Fig has none, I believe, because they just went straight into those IS7. So well done to Fig in the end. Really didn't panic at all. Soaked up the pressure really well. Now Fig's going to take a light tag. That could be even more important for them. And let's see what's going to happen here. 1-0 for Fig. The upper bracket final will happen tomorrow. Deary me. Yeah, I forgot to put third. No keys for you, Mitsu. And we're going to end the guessing soon. We're going to end the guessing now. Pink Puffin says, might as well go 7 eyes. Probably yes, but well, we'll see about Naval Frontier. This time, both teams going for a more typical setup. Fig has the advantage with that win in the previous match. So let's head up high with Boone this time. Red team from the south spawn. I am above. Looking to get spots up, potentially Fake. Fuyu. Nisaku. Can't spot anyone, so that kind of hints at Boone going to see, which is exactly what they're going to, not really exactly what they're going to do, but they're focusing more on C. Fake is also putting most of the tanks near that as well, so we could see kind of a standoff situation between two teams. Boone is going to stop more Victoria from getting C, obviously. Will they be able to reset C? Meanwhile, for your Nisaku Hana, oh, I think we could see a big 1 versus 1 happening soon. I am about versus Fuyu. I don't know, potentially 2 versus 1 if Fuyu Nisaku is not careful enough. CXX definitely has his gun up, but for some reason I'm about. It's not doing 1 versus 1. Shock! It was a shot. Oh, because we have Da Zhao coming in to support. That was a great idea in the end. I thought it was a great opportunity missed. C is still being capped. Oh, it's a reset already. So Victoria is going to get out of it. It's going to get more into cover now. But Fuyu needs to be really careful. Hit point still in favor of Boone right now. But C, Boone is trying to set. Oh, it's a big miss from Montreal. onto Fuyu no Kitsune. Surely, Fig, I don't know, they haven't dropped too many hit points so far, so props to them. But surely Boone has the advantage there. Morphic, oh, Yujin receives a big hit. Oh no, that's really not ideal. That means Boone's going to get the advantage with the hit points and potentially positions as well. Morvictor is absolutely isolated. They really need to get an isolated tank. But for you, Nisaku, that was a misplay here. Shouldn't have gone in like that. I think really Boone's game to lose now. Morvictor is going to go down. That's the case. Perfection is also quite low. They really need to get that tank off the way. Montreal looking to land that shot, non-use, so not going for Perfectionist. Good idea here. Yak is going to be the other focus for these two tanks. Non-use, need to land that shot. Yes! Fuku into Yak. Can he survive? Oh, bounce from I'm Above. That's a big bounce, however, and 6-6 from behind with Perfectionist now dead. A, B, and C is going to be all captured 5 versus 4. I don't see a comeback from Fake now with Yujin now dead. 3 versus 5 now. And Stella might be the focus. I think Fake's trying really hard to get a guided lead tank. Props to Boone, not making it easy for Fake. But really that Fuyu Nisaku think panics should not have gone that way into the line of fire for Boone. Could have been a totally different story. I don't know. Would have gone for a different way for sure, not that way definitely. And this means Boone's going to get the second match here. The first match victory for Boone tonight. Certainly, Boone this is really pretty much the Boone we are looking for. Hopefully this is going to kickstart their comeback soon. Really huge congratulations to Boone. This time a lot better. 6 tanks doing more than 2k. Their timings, their push was a lot better. This is unlike Boone as we saw in the last 5 matches. Fake looking very shaky this time, very rocky. 3 tanks doing more than 2k. A couple of misses as well. Montreal not being able to land that shell while a tank is crossing hurt their chances a little bit, but not the game changer. But yeah, but anyhow, it's going to be 1-1 for both teams. We are now on to Middelburg. Alright, let me change into a light tank. Middelburg is kind of a bit important. If I take the wrong tank type, hopefully the medium tank, it's the tank type they want me to go for. Yeah, it happens to everyone sometimes, but I do think Bean has consistently have wrong timings with some of their pushes. So that is I don't know what happened to them tonight. They really are not in form. But the last match was a bit more like it was pretty much them. Was a lot better. Hopefully that will continue. And this is the match that will decide whether your guess is going to be correct or not. Let's go about Boone. We'll put most of the tanks to city, not the routes that I recommend. Fake is going to commit their forces over to the hillside, so I have to say the Zhao has to be really careful. I have a battle spotted way but it's a heavy tank. That could be enough. Boone just goes straight past, going to go big push like what the Zhao is doing here behind, and going to land that first shell. Yes, second shell in. Yes, third shell. Maybe not. Can he do it? No. it's a bit too difficult anyway. But Boon's trying to get 2 caps, trying to put pressure with caps for Fake. It's on to Fake whether they can get that 2-sided push well. They have to coordinate really well, really nicely. This is going to be a testament to their training and to all their matches, all their experience, as Boon is losing hit points. Really not something that is ideal. Going back to the Zhao as well. Great shot to CX, but we could see... Oh, Boon not going for a push from the left side, allowing the Zhao to farm. CX, one shot taken. So that could have been more if Boon actually committed that push onto to the left side there. And Fake already. Weibo going in, not sure alone, that kind of... I don't know. It has descended into pandemonium. Fake has gone in. The push needs to work for Fake. Can they do it? Oh, but they lost Yujin first. And they killed CX. That's good. But now Weibo is now stuck in this rubble. Will be killed next. It's now 2 tanks down for Fake already. Focus fire. They need to get that Fuyu Nisaku. Can he coordinate with the Zhao onto I am above? I don't know. But it doesn't look good for I am Gerald, however. Perfection is going to be the focus for Fake. It's really close. Boon has a lot more hit points. I believe Weibo kind of pushed a little bit too early. And I am above. It's really important kill from I am above onto the Zhao. Finally killed. But Fake got B as well. And Perfection is now down. 4 versus 4. There is still a bit of chance, but very minimal. Fake versus Yak. But I'm not looking for Yak. I'm looking for Cinnamon Toast instead. Fuyu Nisaku looking for Cinnamon Toast. And I am Jaro is now killed. It's going to be 4 versus 2. Boon definitely reacting to what Fig is doing. Fig, that was a bit of an uncoordinated push. Right in the middle, Weibo went in a bit too early. Would have waited a bit more, but I might for the other side, like this side I'm viewing. But yes, I think Adrenaline was running really high for Fig. They have the opportunity. Then M6 was in a really good position to farm. I think they should have waited a bit longer for Boon, for Boon to read that, and that would have made it a bit easier for Fig to push in, because they have done really well to chip away hit points of Boon. They have pushed it way too early. They still have time. I mean, yes, 2 caps, but what is that? At the moment, it's just only 400 cap points for Boon, or 500. It's still like more than a minute away for Boon to win. Absolutely, I would have waited a bit longer for Boon to react. At the very least, for Boon to push onto that M6 could have changed matters a lot, would say. And it's now 2-1 for Boon. Fig. They have to kind of bit more mindful now. They start to fall apart with their communication, and their communication fall apart with their teamwork and communication, and also their coordination just wasn't really as good as the first match. And with the 4th match tonight, Middleburg, Boon starting to get their form back. It's looking more and more promising. So they're going to take quadruple 60 GPs by Professionist, Stella, Yak, and Voon. I am about T100 LT, CX, I7, Fuyu, M6O, Fig, triple I7 by Sam, and Gerald and Yujin, triple M6O by non-used Zhao, and Weibo with Fuyu in the T22 medium. I'm not sure why they are spamming bread. There we go. Oh dear! Don't trigger the moderators. Something's not going to go right in your way then. Yeah, so don't do that. This time we're going for quadruple 60 TPs, 1 I7, 1 M60, 1 T100 LT Fig, triple I7, triple M60 and a T22. This time we're going mostly on to C Fig. Also going a bit more to also going for C, but they're setting 2 M60 I think they're expecting more tanks going for the city this time, so this is kind of expected, but Fu Yu, I don't think he's able to spot tanks going into the hill enough, so I think that could give a sense that, that Boone's going to do the same thing as last time for Fate, but in fact they are not. But some of the tanks are spotted, so maybe Fig is going. Oh, Fu Yu spotted. Yeah, I think Fig now knows Boone's not going to rush onto B. Great idea for Fig now to be a bit more aggressive onto A. They're going to get A. It's going to reduce the cap point advantage here, so that they are within 1 kill away from getting the cap lead. Can they have it? Yes. It will be 1 kill away within 80 cap points now. I am Gerald. Oh, receives a hit. An HE splash from Stella. Not a great start, but very minimal. Doesn't really change anything. I think Button's asking whether she's won. Not sure. We'll find out soon. Is Fig not enough for rotation over to B? I don't know, but it has to be really good. Oh, Wayboat is now spotted at a not really exposed position. Boone's not looking at that exactly. CXCX could land a shell onto Wayboat. Just dodged it. Wayboat just dodged that. CXCX would have put a really good shell to Wayboat. It was an HE splash once again, so it wasn't going to do a lot of damage. It's just going to be a ruffle in the fairness. Not something major. Also, Boone has lost some hit points with the HE splash as well. Oh, Fu Yu receives a shot from Fig. I could see Fig potentially going for an aggressive push over C, get C, and kind of steadily pressure Boone and see if they can push. If I am above, I don't know. Fig certainly has to do something because they don't have the cap points. They have a bit of hit points now. They have chipped away some hit points there, but I am above. Okay, running away. I'm not getting A at all. Not disclosing the position. Interesting move here. Something that I could get behind. But Fig is now. That's exactly what I'm looking at for. Going to get C. Are they going to go for a push? Big push coming in. Potentially yes. They're going to pressure now. But Eugen. Boone holding the line really nicely, so are they going to make a push now? They are now looking for a push. Jared's going to be a focus, but the focus on Perfectionist for Fig. Long is going to land this Zhao, but the Zhao and Fig Sam is going to look for another tank instead. But Boone has done really well in holding the line back, and Boone has got A as well. Fuya will be caught now. This is not good. Not looking good for Fig. They didn't have C. Not sure why they didn't go for C actually. But Perfectionist is now dead, finally. And Boone, Stella is going to go down Fig. They don't have the hit point advantage. And they're going to lose the T22 as well. But they don't have a cap. Not sure why they didn't go for a cap though. They really need a cap because now 850 cap points for Boone now. If they can't get a tank out of the way, IMJer is also dead. So if Weibo is now killed, oh, I think this is over for Fig. Them not getting C is pretty much the nail in the coffin for them. Despite them doing really well with that push, I think they done brilliantly with that push. Not to say that push should not have happened. That should have happened. But them giving up all 3 caps, especially not getting that C cap, pretty much gave Fig that victory, Boone that victory, and that means Boone is now on a match point. Not sure why Fig did that. Didn't make any sense at all for me. 2 tanks through more than 2k for Fig, but Boone also 2 tanks through more than 2k. Not sure what happened there. Just I don't understand. I don't know what their thought process is. Doesn't make any sense at all to me. Fig should have definitely got that C. They have more than enough tanks to make that push over to that side. Good idea, really good idea to push on to Boone's spawn. But Boone was totally ready for this as well. And the T22 was caught in the line of fire as well. Unfortunate. It was really unfortunate. But what can you do here? I don't know. I don't know how that tank landed there as well. So Boone, really good job there. Well prepared for a push from Fake, and they got all 3 caps, and that pretty much seals the deal for them. They are now in touching distance from qualifying into the low bracket final. Hello, Nomads. You should be able to donate to my stream. $10 minutes to all together tonight. So match point to Boone right now. Fake is collapsing at this point. At this rate, they are really collapsing. Let's see if they can fare better on Canal. But they're going for triple I7, double M60, T1 LT, 60TP, Boone, double 60TP, triple quadruple I7 and T100 LT. Let's head up high now. I'm above. We'll probably get some spots in. Nope. Fuyu is spotted. Perfectionist is spotted as well. But Fake will get C first. Compared to Boone getting no caps at the start. I'm not sure what they're trying to achieve here. Fake Sam is going to make sure from Perfectionist. That's good shell. But it's on a reload. Fake will have to make this opportunity to cross right now, or maybe not, because Boone is really looking at that corridor. So that means we don't use get real mats. Have to go somewhere else. They can't cross. Otherwise, Boone could land a lot of shells in. In terms of positioning, I think Boone is at the advantage here, especially when they can mobilize both Yak and Stella into the southeastern corner, and meanwhile Fake can't really do much. Long use get real mats. Getting stuck here. Oh, Long use trying his luck. Oh, get to crossed with impunity, so that's good. At least they have more tanks to support that area. Best we are seeing, yes, Fake may have the cap lead, but Boone, I think they have the map control, to be honest with you. Oh, but at the same time we have Fuyu Nisaku going for A. We could see a 1 versus 1 around this area. CM, so thanks for moderating. And yeah. Oh, I am about disclosing the position. Fuyu, well, epic 1 versus 1. Oh, it's a miss from Fuyu. Oh no, that would have been an advantage from for Fig here. I don't know. I don't think Fuyu's going to win this one unless there is a bounce. Oh no, another bounce by Fuyu. Truly, I'm about past this though. I think I'm about past this now. In the 1 versus 1. Oh, it's a bounce from I am about. This can be important. I'm about can't afford to bounce the next one. And I'm about. Oh no, it's another bounce from Fuyu. Oh, 3 bounces. Oh, certainly a nightmare from Fuyu here, but Fig really gambling now onto pushing. But they really need to get a focus fire, because so far they are going for Boone and CX6 at the same time, and there are some bounces happening. The Hippos are now in favor of Boone, and Boone is now being killed. Is there a chance for Fig though? The Hippos are very close. CX6 is now killed. Actually, Fig is doing a good job on D. I don't know. I think Fig could do this if they can get all the tanks out of D quickly enough. But it's a 4 versus 4 wave over now, a 1-shot. But Fig has a strong hit point pool advantage, so there is hope. There is hope for Fig. Fuyu no Kitsune is now dead, and the Zhao, oh, it was a bounce on the Stella. Yuck! It's now down to 1 shot. Real Mats can't afford to bounce this one. Definitely will get Yuck out of the way. I'm above. Trying to farm from C. Fig need to get into safety now. 3 versus 3. 3 versus 2 over to the side. Perfectionist and Dajao. I think they can do this. I'm about great shot to Rio Mats. Stella is getting shots. Dajao is on the bait reload. Perfectionist will kill Dajao at any moment now. Yeah, it will be the case. Can Fig do this? Hit point still in favor of Fig, and a kill will be really important. Finally. Oh no, I'm about is coming in support. It will be a kill from I'm Gerald onto Stella now. I'm about will be a pesky little tank there. Will cause a lot of trouble. Perfectionists need to let the shell to I'm Gerald. I'm about needs to kill I'm Gerald now. Oh, it's a bounce. That's a big bounce right. Rio looking to get that kill shot to I'm about. I'm Gerald looking for that kill shot to I'm above as well. Big shot to Perfectionist, but I think that will be enough for Burn, isn't it? Or is it not? 6TP is going to have a really low DPM, but I'm above bouncing. It's really real Mats. Can he carry this for Fig? Big kill onto Perfectionist. I'm above trying to run away, but Fig has 2 caps. Fig has 2 caps, so they have the advantage right now, and I'm about really need to make use of the mobility to run away. Can he get C? Real Matt's going to go above. I don't think I'm above is able to get C here. Or can he do so? What Real Mats will go to this bush here, trying to spot I'm above, so I'm above can't get C, can't get D, because either Real Mats will get shot onto C, or he will go straight into D and get that tank out. Even capturing B would not help either, because they B will get 2 caps. Fig also has 2 caps. They will have the same rate of increase, cap point increase, so it will not help at all. B is now getting captured, and then yeah, Fig has this. Well done to Fig. They have done a really great job onto the southeastern corner. Fuyu Nisaku, despite a nightmare performance, but you know, I think really down to the nerves, will not hurt Fig's chances of winning over to the southeastern corner. Well done, really well done to Fig over to that area. And yeah, it was really messy, but Fig came out on top. And them getting 2 caps as well was also very important. Now Boone still has a cap point, still has a match point, but Fig has brought it close now. It's now 2-3 for Fig. They still have a chance, but they have to win 2 matches in a row. Moon has to win only 1 more. So Fig going for double 60 TPs, triple IS7s, an IS4 and a T1 reality. Boone, triple IS7, no, quadruple IS7, a 60 TP, a T1 reality, and Vicus Light. 60 TP, gosh. And yes, we have less than 30 seconds left to go, and we will see this one. Yeah, I think going one side, going for all sides, it has its advantages and disadvantages. Obviously, I won't say going for like one side is a bad thing, because you can pretty much streamline your setup, and if the other team's going for a broad setup, then you can just simply rush, and the other team would not be able to help at all. But then you also run into trouble where you might get crossfired as well, or do not have the map control at all. So yeah, but I don't think we are seeing a lot of matches where both teams just go only one side. Maybe not Fig's going pretty much one side, but Boone maybe a bit more diversified, because Boone definitely going for C and D. Fix trying to punish Boone, try to get C, but Boone, great job to them. Getting C quickly. Before Fix able to put a lot of shots into C, the IS-7s have already advanced forward for that purpose. That also means now Fake will get A because Fake has the lineup really far forward. All Fake needs to do is to stay back and just chill. They have 2 caps, Boone with only 1, and can they get C even? Fake Sam is there to reset that, so well Boone can try to get C, but it will be really difficult and they really need to get that rotation right. Can they do that? It will be the question to be answered soon. As well, I think I've emphasized a lot of the times on the stream, if you're under a cap point disadvantage, don't go for B first. That's exactly what the other team's doing, exactly what Fig is doing. They are putting all their, well, almost all of their tanks for that, to that. Their guns are all aiming at B. Boone can't go for B first. They have to make a rotation somewhere first to distract the forces of Fake. And then they can get B then. So yeah, you should get B, but that's not the first thing you should do. I believe Boone is experienced enough not to do that, and they should have watched my streams a lot of times to know that. So yeah, Fig just needs to hold nicely. They haven't lost any hit points, so that's a great advantage for them. They also have more than 2,000 hit points advantage, and that HE splash is going to be good. But Boone is now going to make a push. Not spotted, but I think that will be spotted now. The guns will be on there now. They are trying to get real mats, but they stopped on the push. They stopped pushing. I think that could be bad. Fig's now going to rotate. It's now going to receive, going to absorb this push, going to put the shells in. Wayboats, but for some reason, Fig has not been able to kill a tank out of the way just yet. But Boone, they're trying to get B. They have distracted Fig's forces now. Fig needs to make a counter push now. And also, Sam is under trouble. CXC is going to farm. Fig needs to absolutely make that counter push. Wave was now pretty low. Fig, I think, Long uses now rushing in on his own. Needs to get support. Fuyu, I think the Zhao needs to go forward. Fuyu can probably stay back, maybe, but I think Fuyu now that next time that is isolated. Fig still has 2 caps, so that's not a big problem at all. But Fuyu, I really think Fig hasn't done. They have done what they should, but I think they could have done a bit better. But still, the hit point advantage with Fig, but that is becoming less and less advantageous for Fig. Boone is really making it close now, and they're trying to get B. They're trying to get C as well. Perfectionist is now kind of kind of exposed, so that will be a problem here. Yak is now going to be quite low. Boone, they need to get tanks out of the way. They need to get Weibo out of the way. They got Weibo out of the way. That's good. But Yak is also dead. Both teams really hesitating. But Fig getting 2 caps will be enough, I would say. They will get Boone out of the way. And the tank they need to get out next will be Fuyu. That's an exposed tank, so that's to be expected. CX will not be killing real mats, but it will be Fuyu new Kitsune doing that. The Zhao needs to land that shot onto CX. It will be the case. Fig only need 1 more kill. If they don't lose Nogyu, they will have this one, and that will bring Fig to a tiebreaker. Well done to Fig at this time. Fig getting 2 caps is enough. But I think they should have done slightly better in countering that push from Boone. Boone has hesitated. Fig also hesitated. Both teams hesitated. So it really boils down to Fig getting those 2 caps at the start and the hit point pool advantage they have inherently. That got them the win. Boone could have done quite a lot more, capitalizing on the hesitation displayed by Boone, get their focus fire right, and I believe Boone would have won that one, I would say, and brought them to a lower bracket final. As it stands, it's going to be a tiebreaker. It's going to be really exciting. I can't wait to see which team is going to go through to the lower bracket final. Well done to both teams so far going to this far. Certainly. Cora, yeah, I would say that light tank choked, but also I think the nerves. We said Fake is pretty much a new team, so at Boone they have seasoned players, so I can understand that in a 1 versus 1 situation, Boone would be the more advantageous one. Okay, H-Star has qualified, knocking out V7 4-1 and R0RY knocking out Navin 4-0. So Navin has won no matches. Brown has won against TBB 4-1, and it remains to be seen who is going to come out on top in this one. It's either Boone or Fig. We are now on to Hell is the tie breaker. Who is going to come up on top? Either Boone or Fig. Boone, I think they're getting there. The last 2 losses that they have, it's not like they have done really poorly. Both teams have made major mistakes, but really, Boone wasn't able to capitalize on that. They're still struggling to do that. Looking at I Have a Belf, really interesting area to spot tanks, but that was kind of a defensive spot as well. Trying to get a spotted, I would say. I think that's probably what trying to do there. But looking at Fuyu Nisaku, that's a more typical position to get spots in for Fig. Spotted up 2 tanks already, with Boone going mostly on C. Non use has huge responsibility here, not to get crippled at the start. B will be captured by Boone here, and A will be captured by the Zhao, and we are having some problems with the frames a bit. And B will be captured, and Boone have the numbers over here. They can potentially make a push, and they also have a better setup, I would say. Maybe Fuyu is in a tricky position, but we are really struggling with frames at the moment. Yak is getting shot at, and I'm lagging really profusely. Oh gosh, this is not looking good from my end. Yak's getting shot at more, but my frames is really very low. Like it's in single digits. So hopefully Boone is still holding, but they're dropping hit points. Fake has more hit points, so they have the advantage. They are going to relocate. They're going to regroup so that they can counter Boone being quite bullish over to C. Oh dear. That's not looking good here, Hank Puffins. Get well soon, Hank Puffins. Oh yeah, are we getting the frames back? Please be the case. Hopefully we're getting the frames back, and we're going to be following CX. We're going for the Zhao. Gonna let that first shell into the Zhao. No. Well, that push could materialize really nicely, or maybe not. The Zhao. Not sure. Would have really capitalized on CX looking for the R tag instead. Hit point still in favor of Fake. Cap was still in favor of Fake. Really down to where the Fake is able to win this this area here. Perfectionist also it's quite low. Wayboat, great second shell in, needs to kill Perfectionist. It's going to be the case. Perfectionist is now down. I think Yak could be the next time down. Yaki could be the next time down. Long Yu is going to put a shell into, yes, double tap into Yaki. Looking very strong for Fake right now. They have the cap points, maybe not. They lost B as well, A as well. They got C. That's really important. 4 versus 5 right now. Hit points in favor of Fake, but not by a lot actually. Fake, they're trying to get Boone out of the way. Wayboat needs to land on their the entire clip there. First clip there. First shell into Boone. Second shell looking for 6-6 instead. Fake. Real Mats is actually in trouble. And Boone, they have 2 caps. This is actually really close. If they can kill off a CXCX and get 8 then, there's still a chance. The 200 LT, I don't know. They need that kill. They need that kill. They need Boone out of the way. Oh, Nonius is now dead. I think Tables might flip here. Tables might turn. Fu is trying to run away. Can he run away? C is going to be captured. CXX now dead. Fu can't afford to die here. Oh no, this is really extraordinarily close. I think if Fu is dying here, really close now. I think Boone has this in the bag. Boone has this one. Fake. Oh, losing A wasn't really ideal. And that 200 LT, I think, got stuck. I think really low in hit points as well. Nothing much they can do. They tried their best, I have to say. But Boone dominating the southeastern corner with a numerical disadvantage potentially is all they need for this one. And they qualify to the lower bracket final. Fake losing both times on a tiebreaker. Heartbreaking. It was really heartbreaking, but they will bow out of this tournament with dignity. Well done to Fake, actually. 3 tanks doing more than 2k. Boone 3 tanks doing more than 2k. And well done to Boone. They're now then they're going to find out where they're going to be facing EA or ID tomorrow in the lower bracket final. As it stands, it was a job well done for Boone. It was a really close one indeed. Fake really gave a run for Boone, and then TVB lost to round 1-4. R0RY 4-0 to Narvin, and H-Star 4-1 to V7. Right, so hopefully I got the results correct. So it's 4-1 for H-Star. We know really 4-0 to Narvin. Brown 4-1 to TVB. That's right. Yeah, that's me actually. For today, on the Apex server, and I'll be going to stream EU server tonight. Group B, the Group of Death. Surely there will be a lot of amazing matches coming, going around. You will get the most out of it tonight on the EU server. I will see all of you there. That's it for me, to be honest with you. I need to have lunch. I'll probably like switching back and forth too much, like from the game and also from my scoreboard. Alright, so that's me for tonight, and I will look at the results for the giveaway. Alright, so bear with me on that. I will type the names as well. There we go. I'm pretty sure that's updated. Oh yeah. Okay, thank you for highlighting. 2 winners for fifth. Right. Okay, so there is a tie, which I have to break. So I also see that I also see that there are people that entered with different IGNs, but the same person could be for someone else. So I'm going to actually give give the 2 winners your BPs, and I'll give the one that is the other one that is the closest. I mean the same guy entering different IGNs. The closer one with the BP. I don't know what I'm talking about, but anyway. Okay, so just have to double check whether we have duplicate winners. I mean, looking at the winners for. Yep, I don't think there are duplicates. Yep, so I'm going to announce my winners. Yeah, winners are as follows. Congratulations to I Lost My Hit Points, Black Panda, Sugar Mugu, Bunny Ears, our Devastator, Parallax, Justin, Precision Fire, Revidely, Bolts. I apologize if I butcher your name, but here are the winners for tonight's Beta passes. The games will resume tomorrow at the same time, but tomorrow will be a much longer stream, so hopefully you stay on and watch all the way through. That's been me, Wildwood's Helper. Thank you very much. I have more than 70 people watching at one point. I believe ID's I think ID's going to qualify. They are looking really strong at the moment. Boone started really, yeah, they didn't start really strong. They had a really off start, but they kind of picked up in the end. It was a decent win against Fate, but I do feel worried for them. EA barely won against Fate, so I think that is also something to bear in mind as well. It's going to be close against ID, but I believe ID will prevail. Remains to be seen. Group A, it will be also competitive. GV versus R0RY. I think a lot of people are saying R0RY will win, although GV so far on paper has won convincingly, and certainly the stream, the stage 2 stream, they looked very strong. I believe they can go far. R0RY and X-Star could pose some danger, and then you have Group B, GRS, and also GSM. Interesting ones as well. Both of them have a solid chance to qualify. Also, they will have some really great matches to watch. Group B is also another one that we should look closely into. Risk should be able to get Group C quite comfortably, to be honest with you. That's been me, Wildwood's Helper. I will see you in the next see you tomorrow, and also tonight's stream. While as I follow Group B on the EU server. Thank you very much and see you soon. Bye for now.